Hey guys, welcome back to another 2024 election prediction. This time we're doing Mitt Romney as the Republican nominee versus Joe Biden. Mitt Romney is a senator from Utah, former governor of Massachusetts, pretty moderate record there, much different in Utah. The son of George Romney, a legendary presidential candidate. And Biden is the incumbent president in 2024. This is if he runs for re-election. Maybe he won't, maybe he will, but this is just a matchup of Romney versus Biden. I will also point out that Romney was the 2012 Republican GOP presidential candidate, and he lost to former President Obama. So this is going to be very interesting because these candidates are going to be so unpopular, possibly more unpopular than the Trump versus Clinton matchup in 2016. Because first of all, Mitt Romney voted to impeach Trump twice. Even the first time, that first time, he was the only Republican in the Senate to vote to impeach Trump. And so many Republicans hate him. In fact, and this might be different now, but I don't think so, but I heard this one time, Mitt Romney's approval rating is higher among Democrats than Republicans. That's how unpopular Mitt Romney is among the Republican Party. So many Republicans, avid Trump supporters, Trumpian Republicans, are going to stay home for Mitt Romney. But then there's Joe Biden, who is extremely unpopular right now, and many Democrats are going to stay home for him. But these states will not change. These are safe Democratic states, the ones that I'm labeling now. New Mexico and Colorado, I don't see shifting. These will stay as Biden states, along with all these states, including Mitt Romney's home state of Delaware. Nebraska's 1st district and the 3rd district, and Nebraska at large is going to stay with him. Just that Omaha district is a toss-up. Mitt Romney will have an appeal in this area, so I really do think Mitt Romney. Looking back, Texas is hard. Either it's likely or lean, but I think I will keep it in the likely column just because of the appeal that Mitt Romney has in this area in the Sun Belt. Alaska, I think, would stay in the likely column for the Republicans, and then this Republican South is going to stay like that. South Carolina, I see being likely. Iowa, Ohio, Indiana, all likely states for Mitt Romney. Nothing's going to change here. State like Virginia, I see being likely for Joe Biden, even though Glenn Youngkin won the governorship. Maine's 1st is going to be solid for Biden. Maine at large is going to be likely, and Mitt Romney is going to win Maine's 2nd district. State like New Mexico, I think this is going to be a lean Biden state just because of the bad environment for the Democrats right now. His vote really will shrink in a state like New Hampshire. Mitt Romney won't necessarily increase or drastically decrease. In the South, Florida's tough because there are so many avid Trump supporters, really Trumpian voters here, and many of them are going to stay home for Mitt Romney, but will more stay home for Joe Biden? I think some Republicans might just turn out for Mitt Romney just to stop Joe Biden, if you know what I mean. So I do think that this would be a tilt state, but I think it would would go to Romney by less than 1%, just because a lot of Democrats are going to stay home. Biden is unpopular, and that's just the facts. African Americans, I don't see them being behind any candidate. Sure, they were for Biden in 2020, but they will think that he hasn't really served them as of right now. Remember, what's the date today? The 13th? Yeah, December 13th. His approval ratings are extremely underwater, and he has to get them up if he wants to win in 2024. So, in states like Georgia, by lean margin, I think this would be a Mitt Romney state. North Carolina, I think the same thing. I don't see Biden having much of a chance in states like North Carolina or Georgia. He's not going to appeal to this region. But Mitt Romney will be popular in a state like Arizona. This is a state that Mitt Romney won by 12% in 2012 when he ran for president. That is insane. So this is becoming more Republican, but he does have an appeal here, and that has been proven in 2012. So I'll give it to him by a lean margin. I think it would be just less than 5%, but I think it would do pretty well in a state like this. But Nevada, we need to remember Republicans will stay home. It's as simple as that. And sure, he will have an appeal here. I think this would be a very close state. I almost gave it to Romney. So by tilt margin, I'll give it to Biden. Along with Minnesota, I think it would go to him by lean margin. And then in Nebraska's 2nd district, Mitt Romney will have an appeal in the Midwest here. So I think it would go to Mitt Romney by a lean margin. I think that would be fair to say. Along with a state like Wisconsin, and that wins Mitt Romney the presidency, actually. I think this would be a very close state tilt, just because Republicans are going to stay home, just because of Biden's approval ratings, they're underwater, and that really will hurt him. And in Michigan, African Americans, they're not going to like Mitt Romney at all. They're not going to vote for Mitt Romney, so I think by tilt margin, Biden will be able to carry Michigan just slightly. But Pennsylvania, just because, again, Biden's low approval ratings. That's going to hurt him in many states. I think by tilt margin, sure, Republicans will stay home from Mitt Romney, but I think by tilt margin, it would be appropriate to give Pennsylvania to Mitt Romney. So Mitt Romney wins the election with 290 electoral votes to Joe Biden 242.